Okay, so what if we could predict workplace accidents with the same kind of accuracy as a weather forecast? I mean, really think about that. That's the huge idea we're jumping into today, how AI is completely changing the game for environment, health, and safety, what we call EHS.
For decades, workplace safety has always been about looking in the rearview mirror, right? You learn from accidents after they've already happened. But what if we could flip that all around? What if we could actually look ahead, see a hazard taking shape, and stop it dead in its tracks? That is the game-changing promise we're going to unpack. So, to really appreciate just how big this shift is, we first have to understand the old way of doing things. Let's take a look at the traditional reactive approach to safety. And this, right here, is the key. For the longest time, safety management has been purely reactive. An incident happens, an investigation starts, and then maybe some new rules get made. It's this constant cycle of looking backward, of learning from harm that's already been done. This slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the old way. It's all based on what we call lagging indicators. Basically, data you get after something bad has happened, like an incident report. It's a strategy built entirely on responding to harm. And then you look at the column on the right, and it's totally empty. That blank space, that's the giant missed opportunity for real prevention. So the big question is, how do we fill that empty column? Well, this is where everything changes. This is the shift from just reacting to actually predicting. And this is the engine that's driving that shift. AI-driven risk assessment. The idea itself is actually pretty simple, but it is incredibly powerful. We're talking about using artificial intelligence to comb through mountains of data, to find these tiny patterns that a human would just never spot, and then to forecast where the hazards are most likely to pop up. It's the difference between cleaning up after an accident and stopping it from ever happening in the first place. Hey, remember that empty column? Well, look at it now. It's full. Instead of just lagging indicators, now we have predictive analytics. Instead of just waiting around for post-incident reports, we get real-time detection. The whole mindset flips, from responding to harm to actively, proactively preventing it. Now, this all sounds pretty amazing, I know. But how does it actually work? How can AI basically see into the future of workplace risk? Let's pull back the curtain. I absolutely love this analogy because it just makes everything click. A weather forecast doesn't just tell you, hey, it's raining. It analyzes all this atmospheric data to tell you when and where a storm is likely to hit, so you know to grab an umbrella. AI is doing the exact same thing, but for safety incidents. So here's how that weather forecast actually gets made. It's basically a three-step process. First, the AI just drinks up massive amounts of old data. Every near-miss report, every minor incident, you name it. Then, step two, these powerful machine learning algorithms go on a hunt for hidden patterns. Maybe a certain machine fails more often on humid days, or a specific task leads to more slips in the late afternoon. These are tiny connections a person might never ever notice. And finally, based on all those patterns, it forecasts risk hotspots. It gives you a map that says, hey, look here, focus your safety efforts right here. And get this, it's not just about long-term planning. This can happen in real time. Just imagine sensors on a machine picking up weird vibrations before it breaks down, or cameras spotting that someone's not wearing the right safety gear in a high-risk area. The AI can flag that hazard instantly, letting a supervisor step in before it becomes a disaster. Okay, so we get the how, but let's talk about the so what. What's the real tangible impact of being able to predict and prevent this stuff? The impact is just incredibly practical. With smarter resource allocation, you're not just guessing anymore. You're sending your safety teams exactly where the data says they're needed most. This means you can take targeted action, fixing a specific potential problem, not just doing random safety checks. And of course, that real-time detection gives you that immediate, on-the-ground protection. And that's a really important thing to remember here. This isn't some magic crystal ball. It's an intelligence engine. It's designed to give people the insights they need to make better, smarter, faster decisions. It's what turns safety from just a static checklist into a living, breathing, data-driven strategy. Which brings us to what's next. We are really standing at the edge of a new, proactive horizon for workplace safety, one that's powered by data and by intelligence. When you really boil it all down, this is the massive shift. For the very first time, we can go from knowing why accidents happened to anticipating where they're about to happen. The technology gives us the insight. The only question left is, are we ready to act on it?